Hello and welcome to Lesson 8.2 about child tax credits. Credits are designed to offset tax liability in the form of refundable and non-refundable credits. The Child Tax Credit, or CTC, is a non-refundable tax credit, meaning it can only offset the amount of tax owed on your tax return, whereas there's an additional portion of the child tax credit called the Additional Child Tax Credit, and this one is refundable. So this one can increase your refund even if you don't have any tax liability on your return. Both the Child Tax Credit and the Additional Child Tax Credit have the same rules for the qualifying child. The child has to be under 17. If you have volunteered before, you may remember a taxpayer asking you why their refund on their tax return is so much less this year than it was last year. And if it is a significant amount less, it could be that the child aged out of the child tax credit. So make sure to check that first. The qualifying child has to be a U.S. citizen, a national, or a permanent resident. The qualifying child has to be able to be claimed as your dependent if you're taking the child tax credit, which means that they're not providing more than half of their own support and they lived with the taxpayer for more than 6 months out of the year. There are, again, some restrictions for those who are married filing separately. If their income is over $55,000, they're not eligible for the entire amount of the credit, and the full amount is $1,000 for the child tax credit. In TaxSlayer, in the section where you list the dependents, you'll enter each dependent's information, like their birth date, relationship, months in home, and social security number, and then TaxSlayer will automatically determine if the child qualifies the taxpayer for the credit. Once TaxSlayer has determined that the taxpayer is eligible for the credit, and after you've gone through all the income and adjustments, then TaxSlayer will do the work to determine the amount of child tax credit that the taxpayer will receive. So we can see here on line 52 of the 1040 that Jessica's parents were eligible for the $1,000 child tax credit. And flipping forward, it looks like they were not eligible for the additional child tax credit, which would be here on line 67 of the 1040. This is a really easy credit. You just have to know who a qualifying child is and enter the information properly, and TaxSlayer will do all the work for you. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact volunteer@refundohio.org.